Welcome to the Mosquito egg counter video tutorial. This tutorial describes the features and procedures for using the Mosquito egg counting program. The program runs on the Windows operating system. This program runs smoothly on an Intel i7-8550U CPU with 16 GB of RAM for the integrated graphics unit to process images. It was written and compiled in Python on a Windows platform, so it cannot run on Mac OS, but a Mac OS version can be created in the future if required. This tutorial is being recorded on a 4K monitor, but the minimum screen resolution recommended is 1920 by 1080 or a HD monitor. The program has three main functions. The first two are single egg strip counting and batch counting, while the third is a cropping tool. Single egg photos can be loaded one by one for single egg strip counting or an entire folder for batch counting. The cropping tool may be used if multiple egg strips are shown in one photo or to prepare images for batch counting. To start the program, you double-click on the executable. The first part of this tutorial will be going through the features of each screen. Then we'll go through the procedure of actually processing egg strip images. Screen 1 is the image loader. The user folder is the folder used to store all output. The default folder is displayed. The image path is the address of the image file intended for counting. The Acquire Image button captures an image from a USB camera source. You can enter the port number in this field. Preview Image displays a thumbnail of the image pointed to in the image path field. Count closes the image loader and opens the main Mosquito egg counting window. The Crop button closes the image loader and opens the cropping tool. This is screen number 2, the main Mosquito egg counting window. The slider bar sets the threshold value in grayscale from 0 for black to 255 for white. The default value is 90. New image opens the image loader screen shown previously. The batch counter button opens the batch counter screen. The exit button exits the whole program. The egg batch number field is the number of eggs an egg strip is digitally divided into. The default number for that number of eggs is 1250. The delete point button deletes the last point drawn on the egg strip. Delete all points deletes all the points drawn on the egg strip. The Save Inset button displays a small region of interest, or ROI, chosen from the egg strip in the top left corner of the current image. If no inset has been saved, no inset selected yet is displayed. The Save ROI button saves the region of interest. The Count ROIs button counts all the saved ROIs, and the Reset ROIs button clears all of the ROIs. Screen number 3 is called the Mosquito egg counter batch. This is for batch counting a whole folder of images. The path field is the folder address where the images are stored. Egg batch number is the same as the main Mosquito egg counting window. It's the number of eggs an egg strip is digitally divided into. The Count button initiates the batch counting process. New image opens the image loader screen shown before. The Exit button exits the program. And the threshold shows the threshold value chosen in the previous screen. Screen number 4 is called the Mosquito egg counter cropper. This is a cropping tool used to create subsets of an egg strip. It's useful for images that contain more than one egg strip or regions that need to be cropped out. The first field is used for the base file name of the ROI. The ROI number controls the ROI number added to the end of the ROI file name. The +1, -1 and reset button controls the ROI number. The Preview File Name button displays the file name by combining the base file name and the ROI number. The Image Folder field is the folder containing images that need to be cropped. The Load Images button loads all images found in the image folder. The Next Image button displays the next image in the image folder. And likewise, the Previous Image button displays the previous image in the image folder. Delete Point deletes the last point drawn on the egg strip. Delete All Points deletes all the points drawn on the egg strip. Crop to ROI crops the image to the ROI drawn on the egg strip and saves it to the output folder chosen in the image loader screen. The New Image button opens the image loader screen, and the Exit button exits the program entirely. So this concludes the features proportion of the tutorial. Now we'll go through the actual image processing procedures. Loading an image. Select Browse and choose an output folder. All results will be stored here. These results will be discussed later on. For this tutorial, I've created an output folder on the desktop. Enter an image path by selecting the second Browse button and locate the image. Images must be either JPEG or PNG formats. For this tutorial, we have some example files here. Alternatively, a USB camera with a minimum of 5 megapixels may be used to acquire a live image. Choose the USB camera source port here and select Acquire Image. A preview of the captured image will appear with another dialog box asking if you want to save it. Enter a file name into the image path field before acquiring an image. This will be used for saving the acquired image to the output folder. Select the Preview Image button if you wish to confirm that you've loaded the correct file. Select the Count or Crop button to enter the counting or cropping tools respectively. Single egg strip counting. After loading an image and choosing to count, the image pointed to in the image path field is loaded in the Mosquito egg counting screen. Set the appropriate threshold cutoff value using the slider bar while observing the screen outlines around eggs in the image. As you increase the threshold value, pixels closer to white are included. As you decrease the slider bar, darker and darker pixels are excluded. 90 is the default and produces accurate counts for high quality images. The Save Inset function may be used to assist in setting this value. Create a small ROI around some eggs and select the Save Inset button. The threshold may be adjusted using the inset as a guide. If the inset image is covering the egg strip, you can select Delete Inset to remove it. At this point, you may choose to automatically count a folder of images using the batch counter after you've set the threshold. Do this by selecting the Batch Counter button. This will be shown later. Expand the window so that you can see all of the egg strip. If you chose to save an inset, delete all points before drawing an ROI around the eggs. Left mouse click on the egg strip and begin drawing an ROI around all eggs, avoiding non-egg dark spots and debris such as adult body parts or blood spots. The threshold may be adjusted to exclude debris. However, any sufficiently dark debris will possess green contours, which can be excluded by drawing around them. A dialog box will appear if insufficient points were drawn. Click OK to continue. Once you're happy with the ROI you've drawn, select the Save ROI button. A black and white image appears of the chosen ROI and where the file was saved. Confirm there are no large non-egg areas in the black and white image that appears. Search for any adult body parts or blood spots that weren't excluded while drawing the ROI. Select OK or close the window. Select Delete all points before drawing any additional ROIs. Continue adding ROIs for any discontinuous areas on the egg strip. Each ROI file name is terminated by an image counter and is incremented by 1 automatically. If any errors are made while saving ROIs, select Reset ROIs to start again. A confirmation box will appear. Select OK to continue. Enter the number of eggs per batch for the program to digitally divide into batches. The default is 1250. Select Count ROIs to begin processing all stored ROIs. The total egg number is displayed in between each ROI. Select OK to proceed counting. Processing time increases with the number of eggs. If the ROI did not contain enough data, such as drawing around less than 10 eggs to produce a reliable egg count, then the result dialog box will caution the user. Check the output folder for results. The output folder will contain all of the results produced by the program. Results include one output JPEG file, the egg count data CSV file, and a histogram for checking the performance of the program. The output image will display green contours around the objects included in the egg number and text in the top left corner, including the egg number, the file name, the mean pixels per single egg, and threshold chosen. If the number of eggs is larger than the batch number, the egg strip will be divided digitally by adding black lines and egg numbers at each division. The procedure for calculating the batch numbers is slightly different for calculating the total egg number and will be slightly different. The eggcountdata.csv file contains all of the egg count data. Each line contains the output image path, egg number, and total. If the egg number is larger than the batch number, the number of eggs in each batch is recorded without total in the third column prior to the final line with total, indicating the approximate sum of batched eggs. Ensure this file is not open while processing egg strips. A dialog box will appear if data could not be written to it. The histogram plot is for monitoring program performance. There is one per input image and one per 10 images during batch counting. This is the histogram produced for the first region of interest that we created earlier. It shows the number of pixels per contour area on the x-axis and the frequency on the y-axis. The cluster with the highest frequency represents single egg clusters. This one has a mean of 41.47. Clusters for 2 eggs and above are also shown here. And here, this is 2 eggs, and this is 3 eggs. And this is clusters for 3 eggs and above. Clusters with clear delineation indicates a high quality photo. Batch counting. Please read the egg strip photo regulations document for the controls required to successfully count egg strips in batches. The Mosquito egg counter batch screen will open after choosing a threshold and selecting batch counter. Before proceeding, ensure spmask.jpg and fpmask.jpg are stored in the output folder. This is the filter paper mask applied to all filter paper egg strips in the image folder, whereas this is the mask applied to all sandpaper strips in the image folder. The black area is the part of the egg strip that is excluded from the egg count and should include the egg strip ID. All objects in the white area will be counted as eggs. If these masks are not present in the folder or are named differently, the program will alert the user. Here we've renamed FP mask to FP mask 1, and here you can see the filter paper mask fpmask.jpg was not found. Batch counting will be stopped prematurely if the file is not found. Browse to where all images are stored to enter the folder path. Here I've created an example input folder with 6 images. Enter the egg batch number, the default is 1250. Select count to begin processing. The number of image files found and which file it is processing will be displayed. Once an egg strip has been processed, the output image is displayed and saved. Once all images have been processed, done will be displayed. Data is written to the eggcountdata.csv file after each egg strip, following the same syntax mentioned in the single egg strip processing procedure. While using the batch counter, ensure that the input folder only contains the egg strips that you wish to count. If there are any other JPEGs or PNG files in the folder, it will include these files. Cropping. The Mosquito egg counter cropper screen will be opened after selecting crop. Use this tool first if multiple egg strips are recorded in one photo to separate them. So for this part I'll be using an input image that I've created in the past. This image was created with multiple egg strips in one photo. First enter the base file name in the format shown. Select Preview File Name to confirm details have been entered correctly. The ROI counter starts at 1 and is incremented automatically after each ROI is saved. However, the number may be incremented, decremented, or reset back to 1 manually. Single images may be loaded using New Image or a folder of images using the Browse button to populate the image folder field. Click on Load Images and observe how many images were loaded. Control which image is displayed in the folder using Next Image or Previous Image. Draw on the egg strip to create an ROI. Delete the last point or all points to undo any errors while drawing. Click Crop to ROI to record the chosen area in the output folder. The ROI number is incremented by 1. Once all images have been cropped, click on New Image to load an image for counting or exit to close the program. This concludes the Mosquito egg counter video tutorial. Thanks for watching.